Hi everybody, my name is Brandon. This is Coco the Cavapoo. This is Sing Sing Ave A, located in East Village, Manhattan, 81 Avenue A, New York, 10009. We'll be hanging out in room number 6 today. Please come follow me, guys. Welcome to Sing Sing, everybody. Say hi to Sing Sing, y'all. Come follow me. Room number 6 tonight. All right, this is our room number 6. Please come in. This is one of our smaller rooms. We have one speaker, a very good speaker. We have a TV, 2 microphones. All right, let's get this party started. So today, I want to talk about a hot debate that's going around these days about tipping culture. Because there is no tipping culture anywhere else in the world except United States of America. In other countries, employees of a hospitality industry like bars and restaurants, they would just get paid of whatever was agreed upon, whether it's hourly salary or whatever it is. Yeah, and then they will be expected to get whatever they agreed upon and whatever hours they worked. But in the United States of America, people are expected to pay tip of about 18 to 20%. Some people think that tipping culture shouldn't exist, and some people think that tipping culture should exist everywhere else too. So I want to discuss about that with you guys today.
So which side are you on when it comes to the tipping culture?
Well, it's hard to say because I'm actually half and half, because there are good things about tipping culture and there are also bad things about tipping culture. And then when you write everything down on the paper and then look at both sides, it really can go either or. And really there's no right or wrong answer to this. It's just different way of thinking. And obviously employer like myself might lean more towards the benefits of a tipping culture versus some of consumers might lean more towards not having tipping culture. But like I said, I'm somewhere in between.
What do you think is good about tipping culture?
Good thing about tipping culture, actually I think there are 3 things. First thing is that 70% of the restaurant or bar that opens up closes down within first year. And 90% closes down within 3 years. That means that only 10% will survive longer than 3 years for whatever reason. And then usually it's because, their expenses are too high and they're not making enough money or, stuff like that. Which means if tipping culture did not exist and then expense for payroll becomes a lot higher for employers, I feel like more than 90% of the restaurants will close down within first 3 years. We might be missing out on some bars or restaurant that could have survived and it would have been great, but we could have missed on some of those bars and restaurants. That's like the first reason why I think tipping culture is good. And then the second reason is realistically, whatever tip employees are making, if there was no tipping culture, employers wouldn't be able to pay that much. I will maybe realistically pay like $30 per hour, or maybe even $35, $40. It still will become nowhere close to what they're making off, tips. You might say, they don't deserve to get paid that much, blah, blah, blah. But I disagree, because especially for bars, if you have employees that are working there for a while, and then they know everybody that comes in, and then everybody feels welcomed, and then, all their regulars like to come, have fun, because that's what bars are about, those will disappear. Because now you're making close to minimum wage, and a lot of people would just take it as a part-time job. Not many people will stick around, as their career. Do you want to go to a bar where employees keep changing and changing? And I think the third thing is, now, since they're making a lot more money off tip, and it really depends on the service they provide, their service gonna drop if there's no tipping culture. I mean, personally, I'd rather pay a little more to receive better service, because I'm there for experience. You know, I'm there to have fun. And yeah, I think those are what's good about tipping culture.
Then what do you think is bad about tipping culture?
Well, I mean, you know, the bad about tipping culture is that now customers have to pay a lot more money, because the norm for tipping culture is like 18 to 20%. That on top of the bill with taxes is, you know, like, it's decent amount of money, and then it will be harder for some people to, you know, go out and then enjoy themselves. I want everybody to come in here and then have fun and then leave as happy as possible. Yeah, the bill just becomes a lot higher. And then there's other thing that's bad about tipping culture is that sometimes the employees get too greedy over tip. Like, you know, and then employees, like, you know, like, just like, I guess, tend to pay more attention to people that will pay more tip over, like, you know, people that's paying less tip, even though they're ordering the same thing. That sometimes happen, and I think that's bad, because without tipping culture, everybody, you know, like, everybody will be treated more equally than, you know, whoever paying more tip will get better treatment, you know? And that exists because of tipping culture. And yeah, I think that pretty much sums up what's bad about tipping culture.
Then what would happen if tipping culture disappeared?
I mean, if a tipping culture disappears, it's not gonna be a permanent thing. But in the beginning, obviously, some restaurants or bar might close down since, like, their expense, like, shot up. I mean, honestly, if you're running a successful business, payroll should be about 25% of your expense. I think it will be hard for some restaurants and bar to, you know, pay that much, and which will lead for them to close down, because it makes no sense for them to keep anything open. And obviously now, I said it before, employers will pay more house pay, but like I said, especially in New York City, amount of money they're making will be a lot less without tipping culture. And that will lead to decline of services, not as attentive as before. And then you will see a lot of people quitting to find a higher paying job, because everybody needs to support themselves. If they have a family, they gotta support their family, and you won't be seeing your favorite server or bartenders.
Is there anything you do to help employees make more money?
Yes, because I do want my employees to stick around longer, which means I do want them to make a little more money. And I always say happy employees will lead to happier customers. I want to do my best to make sure that they make enough to make a living, you know? So there are a few things I do, such as, like, you know, obviously we have private rooms, like, you know, we're hanging out here. So whatever bills that comes out of private rooms, since it's like more service involved and more attention that's needed, I let them automatically charge 20% gratuity on top of the room price. And obviously, if customer is not happy about something, customer don't want to live with tip, we take it off right away. I let them add automatic 20% gratuity on top of the private room sales. And also we offer a song skip of $20 to skip your song at the bar, where they can go, like, you know, number 3 or 4 if there's a long wait. So whatever a customer paid to skip the line for the song, I let them keep that as gratuity as well. I mean, realistically, that could have been part of the sale for the store, but like I said, I want to help my employees make a little more money. So yeah, like, I'm willing to give up part of that sale, so, you know, at least they can take that home, because, you know, like I said, I think my employees deserve as much as they can, and happy employees, happy customers.
Do you have any song you want to sing today?
Today, I'm gonna sing a song. Let me get my little brother in here so that we can sing a song together. Okay, this is my brother Vito. We're gonna sing a song together. What do you wanna sing?
Hey, you know me, man. APT.
APT.
And start.
Apatu, 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 whatever is whatever you like. Turn this apatu into a club, yeah. Come give me something I can feel, oh.
Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now?
See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the apatu, 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 Hey! So you know the game.
Let's get it!
Probably not when you use the apatu part.
Yeah.
Hold on! I'm on my way! Yeah, 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 yeah! I'm on my way! Hold on! Hold on! I'm on my way! This comes to an end of our episode number 7. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you next week.
See you, bye-bye.